Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about My 600-Pound Life, Season 12, Episode 6, Shakyia's Story.
Listen, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Shakyia is 26 years old, and she lives in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
She has lymphedema in her leg. She has pain in her legs and knees. But she's able to walk. She has asthma, and it causes her to be out of breath.
A lot.
Yeah. Sometimes she can feel her heart beating so fast. She tells us that she weighs 627 pounds. She sits on the side of the shower or of the tub shower because she can't stand for long periods of time, but she can bathe herself, but it's difficult to get in between her legs because of the lymphedema. She has to catch her breath when she walks down the stairs. We see her going downstairs and taking a break to sit down as she finishes walking down the stairs. And only food can bring her happiness. So for breakfast, she made bacon, sausage, eggs, biscuits, and corn dogs. And her sister comes in, and she actually has some of the food. I thought she was cooking food for the whole house, but...
I seen her finish that whole tray of, close to that whole tray of biscuits. It's always biscuits. I don't know what it is about biscuits, but it's just, I don't know why you need 12 to 15 biscuits.
Yeah, and I was surprised that she cooked the whole roll, because usually, at least the way I do things or think about things is you cook just enough for what you're going to eat. But I guess when you're that size, you plan on eating the whole roll.
Why are you surprised? We on episode 6, 7, whatever it is. It
always surprises me to see the volume.
They never eat one biscuit.
Yeah.
They never eat one biscuit. I'm no longer surprised by the quantity of what they eat. I'm just always surprised by why is it biscuits?
Oh, okay.
Like it's always biscuits and things of that nature, but I guess.
Well, we learned more about her history.
Okay.
She was placed in foster care as a child. Her dad ended up getting full custody. A situation happened to where her brother and her stole money from her dad because he would keep their welfare checks. They were sent to another family member back into the foster system, and they were eventually taken back to their mom because she wanted to act up and all of that so she can get sent back to her mom. Her mom still wasn't around even though they were living with her, and that's when she used food to fill the void. By the time she was 11, she was 200 pounds.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts is it does tend to start off with a rocky childhood for a lot of people. And feeling alone or abandoned is like a common thread that we're seeing. And being a kid, I mean, there's really not much else you can get your hands on other than the food that's in the house. So, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, the way that she described her life is that her mother was working 3 jobs. So she wasn't a present mom at that, be it working or whatever. So she was used to just being home by herself by the time she was in the 2nd grade and things like that. So, of course, she gets sent to her father, and I think she said something across the lines of it was paradise to her because of the access to food and things like that. It was when she got back to her mother's house.
Because her mom was getting financial support. Yeah.
So, at her father's house, she and her brother and things of that nature, as Blair said, was, it was like, hey, once the money get big enough, we take the money that he don't notice. Eventually he finds out. Then she got sent to paradise, rather, to where she felt like because the mother was in a better situation, still a bad situation, but better than before, it was paradise. It was food. And then she used food to medicate herself. Of course, it always started off this way. It always... It always leads back to childhood. If you go to therapy at any point of your life, you are not going to talk about so much of the present. They want to talk about the past that got you to the present because it didn't just happen. You don't be 200 pounds by the time you're 11 years old without something happening at the age of 2, 3, 4, 5 leading up to that. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Well, in school, a girl older than her called her Big Draws.
Big Draws.
The name caught on, and she was bullied, and she didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
She, from that point on, she slept around a little bit. She ended up sleeping with a guy, and when he saw her again, he acted like he didn't know her.
Typical teenager.
That rejection also pushed her to food.
So all this stuff is rejection. She even said it at one point in the episode. She said food is the top priority and things of that nature.
By the time she graduated high school, she was close to 400 pounds. In college, her first semester, she put on another 80 pounds. She became depressed. She stopped going to classes, eventually quit school. She got a job at a call center, and instead of packing lunches, ordering lunches, she just ate and snacked all day, whatever was at the vending machines. She left that job, got a job at a gas station. At that job, she got SA'd, and she turned to eating even more after that.
Yeah, and this is the part where I'm like, there's no way she can feel like the world is for her. She has to feel like the world is against her, because everywhere she goes, it just seems like something bad happens. So I can understand, if I was to empathize with this woman, that, oh, okay, people, you don't really have a good relationship with people. You don't really have a good relationship with your guardians and things like that, be it your real parents or your foster parents and things of that nature. You've been in the system. You get what I'm saying? So it just gives food can't talk back. Food can't say mean things to you. Food can't assault you.
It can't reject you.
It can't reject you. You get what I'm saying? It's something in the lines of she feels powerful. It's the only time she feels powerful when she's eating, and that's a sad place to be, because food will kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she developed a lymphedema in her leg.
Yeah.
So we get ready to go to the grocery store. Her sister is going to drive her. She is using the electric shopping cart scooter.
Now, mind you, we was only supposed to go to the store for 4 things, right?
Yeah.
The sister was talking about it when they was having breakfast, talking about we gonna have steak tonight and potatoes, right?
Yep.
That's what they were saying. In the car, they went into depth a little bit. She said, okay, maybe some sour cream, maybe some cheddar for the potatoes, but it wasn't nothing that's gonna be nothing that you need a list for.
Exactly. They just said they're gonna get themselves a little something for some dinner later on in the day.
Now let's see how this went.
So they get there. They get potatoes. They get steak.
They got the steak.
Chips.
She said 2, and then she said 4.
Yep.
With the steak.
And we've got these like cake snacks, like the Little Debbie's and all those things. And she also got some cookies.
Wait a minute. I thought we was only getting potatoes and steak.
No, we got a lot more than that. And then even when we were in the chip aisle, like she was asking what all different flavors that they had. She was like, is this all the snacks that they have?
You in the snack aisle.
Right. And so our focus turned from what are we making for dinner tonight to what are all the snacks and things that they have available at the store, and what all can I get? Her sister will tell her to eat certain things or to not eat certain things. And she used to tell her sister, you're not my mom. I can do whatever I want. And she sees now that not caring about what her sister was saying has gotten her into the situation she's in.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, she's back at home. Her mom is telling her that the family is going to be here to support her during her journey.
Keep that in mind. Because that's the thing that I thought of throughout the whole episode, later on in the episode, when the mother was like, you know, we are here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to support you. Keep that in mind, guys.
And it looks like they're cooking, getting things together, the mom and I think like the sister, and she was sitting down at the table working on something, and she tells her mom that she wants her burger, and she says to give it to her quickly. She examines the burger, puts a little bit more ketchup on it, and she's satisfied.
Yeah, she was already cooking or already preparing dinner with the potatoes, but she needed something, wanted something, because I think the mother had fast food or something like that, because she handed her a brown paper bag. Yeah. And she was like, I need my burger quickly. And I was just like, wait a minute now. This is not a stick-up. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? This is just lunch, if that. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't be hungry because of the breakfast, the biscuits that you had. So it kind of lets you know that, like, even while you're preparing food, about to eat 4 steaks and things of that nature, potatoes, and you got all the snacks, it's just like some things are just out of habit.
And I think it's also a part of like food addiction as well. I mean, you know, at least for me, like I look at, you know, some of these like shows about addiction and how people can be on like drugs or alcohol and the high that they get, that they crave, that they search for. And I don't know, I feel like at times you can kind of understand or see it more when it comes to drug addicts based off of how they look, their teeth, their skin, and, you know, they look strung out and all this type of stuff. But when you see a bigger person, instead of your mind goes to, oh, they're sick, it goes to, well, what are you doing wrong? Why are you lazy? Or why are you not eating the way that you're supposed to? It has a different type of response and reaction to people.
Because because we don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Because food is not bad.
And we have to eat it to live.
Exactly. So you don't need to do meth. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to do crack cocaine and things of that nature. And you don't have to do angel dust to live. You get what I'm saying? It's not even a supplement. It's literally.
But doesn't that kind of make it like a worse addiction to have in some ways?
Food?
Because you have to
No. Yeah.
deal with it in life.
I'm not trying to
No, it's just another question.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that it's not as worse. Addiction in itself is worse. Like addiction itself is a bad thing. So it's a silent killer because no one respects fat people. You go through life and you're fat. It always put it in the mindset, or at least it put the responsibility on the person who's fat,
right?
Rather than the addiction that made them fat.
Right. And when it comes to addicted people, I mean, I do feel like people are like more willing to reach out their hand to help or to be like, you need to get help. Let's find you a program. Let's find you a place. But when it comes to bigger people, it's not given that same type of urgency of, I need to get some help for you.
And,
you know?
And it would never be that way.
Yeah. Well, Shakyia is heading to Houston. It'll take her 15 hours. They're going to split it up over 3 days to get there. Her best friend and her sister are going to be driving her there.
Yeah.
It's the next day. Driving, they got 5 hours done the previous day. Her body's feeling sore. It's getting more and more uncomfortable to ride in the car. And she's snacking in order to distract herself from the pain.
So she's self-medicating.
They take a break to grab something to eat, stretch their legs. So she orders a cheeseburger, fries, and fried chicken. And I just want to note that they all ordered the same meal. And I just find that interesting because for her, it could be a trick of a mind game as well to think that, well, we're all getting the same food, so maybe I'm not doing that bad. Because we all ordered the same thing and we're sharing the fried chicken. It just so happens I'm bigger. But the thing that we might not see is that they may only finish half of their food. Or maybe they're not snacking in the car the whole 5 hours they're driving.
Or maybe you just started earlier than them. Maybe they headed down the same path. Who knows?
Possibly.
You know, but you was 200 pounds by 11 years old. A lot of people don't get that type of head start in life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's a good point because it's not like everybody in the car is eating healthy. But it's to your point to where it could mind trick you into thinking like, oh, it's just, this is what dinner is.
Yeah.
You know, dinner's supposed, it wasn't until I became older. I always thought dinner was supposed to be the biggest meal you get. But apparently, dinner's supposed to be the smallest meal of the day because you've been eating. If you eat 3 meals a day, you eat breakfast supposed to be the biggest because you work it off. It's the energy. You're breaking the fast. You get what I'm saying? They say breakfast supposed to be the biggest and dinner supposed to be smallest compared if you were to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I did not know that and things of that nature. So, like you said, if you're used to just going by what you see, if everybody get Popeyes, you go get Popeyes.
Yeah.
If everybody get KFC, you go get KFC. McDonald's, that's just how you're going to eat.
And also, people's bodies are different. Like, I think back to being young. Like, I was never one of those people who could eat whatever I wanted and be super slim. Like, I know there's a lot of people who have had friends like that or who have been that friend to where you can eat whatever you want, you don't gain any weight. And you're over here trying to keep up with your friend, you know, hanging out, going to the bar, to the club, and then you guys go and get burgers and fries and all that type of stuff. And y'all go into the club every week and your clothes getting tighter and tighter and their clothes staying the same. Everybody's body's different as well. So, and sometimes metabolism will reach up to you to later. And also, it's not always about size. You got to worry about your health and what you're putting into your body because even a skinny, slim person can end up with heart issues. So, anyway, she doesn't like eating in public. She feels that she is a magnet to people's eyeballs. She walks back to the car, but she is very out of breath. And it is a bit of a struggle for her to even get back into the car.
Yeah.
They stop in Louisiana for the night. She is actually stuck trying to get out of the car between like the curb and the car. And her sister and her friend are like kind of laughing, talking, like not really like laughing, talking at her, but not paying attention to what she's got going on. They're just grabbing the bags and about to head into the hotel. And she's like, they're not even realizing the toll that this trip is taking on my body. Like, she eventually asked her sister to come help her, like, to get her shoe on and things like that. But it's like they don't have that level of awareness that she's not okay. And not to say that it's, well, in a way, it's their responsibility for them to be on this trip with her to make sure that she's good and, in a way, be her caretaker.
It's 100% their responsibility because she's not in a position to take care of herself. Yeah. But it wasn't that big of a deal in my eyes, though. It wasn't, because, like, she just couldn't get out the car. Like she got in and out the car before. She was going to get out the car. And she knew that it was going to be a 15-hour drive. So it's going to take a toll, but... What do you want us to do? Not drive? Like, we got to get there, so. Yeah.
Well, as they're walking to the elevator, I do notice that she takes a break on the wall to kind of get her breath together. And when I say she's out of breath, like, you can hear her breathing and even wheezing a little bit. I think she told us before she has asthma. So it's a lot for her. They get to the hotel room, and she lays on the bed and just finally rests up for the night. Yeah. It is the next morning, and her body is hurting. Yeah. And it's, again, another struggle to get into the car. Okay. She says once she sees Dr. Now, she won't be able to eat what she wants, so this is pretty much her last day to eat as she pleases. Her legs started hurting, so they decided to stop to get some chicken fingers. Okay. They ordered chicken fingers with extra toast, and I think they get coleslaw. And once again, they all order the same thing. Yeah. But I do want to say, I noticed that her sister at one point was just like, I can't eat all this. And I saw her sister put the food away. So that just, to me, that's just like the trick of the mind, is just that sometimes you think that maybe I'm not doing so bad because everybody's doing this, but everybody's not doing it in the same way. True. So they make it to Texas. They make it to their hotel in Houston, and she is in bed for the night. Next day is the day of the appointment. We get her weight, and she weighs in at 655.7.
That's not 624.
Her sister and best friend also go into the office with her. Dr. Now greets everyone. This is the highest weight that she's ever been. Yeah. She shares that she is an emotional eater. She noticed her weight was picking up in college and more so recently.
And that's the thing about it. Even when she was in the office, in the doctor's office, about to get weighed and things like that, she told her friend and her sister to close their eyes to look away. Yeah. As if the weight not going to be repeated. Right. Like you have to face the reality of your situation. You can't run away from it. Now you in the doctor's office. Right. So it can't, you can't be fear of rejection. You got to trust that these people are here for you and that they're with you. Because that's one thing that Dr. Now is going to ask them. Like, who are these people? Yeah. You know, are they enablers? Are they family members? Or do you have the support at home to help you, you know? Right. So, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. So he notices the lymphedema. Yeah. And she asks, what can I do to get rid of this? And he tells her, all you can do is lose weight.
You got to lose it.
It'll shrink. And then when you get to an appropriate weight, then we can try to take off some of the excess. Yeah. At this point, she has to focus on eating better. He tells her it's only for a moment as far as the pleasure that you get from food, and it is going to kill you. Yeah. Dr. Now tells her that they're going to set up therapy for her and get her diet plan and exercise information together. Nice. Shakyia says none of her family has a weight problem, because that's one thing Dr. Now likes to do, is look around the room and see who's fat and see who's an enabler. I was a little bit nervous he was going to say something to the friend. I think she, was with child or whatever. So I was like, I hope he don't assume nothing. Okay. But no, she said nobody in her family has a weight problem, and she has a really good support system. Her goals are to be a teacher, join a sorority, go back to college, join a sorority, and take a cruise to the Bahamas.
Nice goals, he said.
Dr. Now says her weight is to the point her body could give out at any moment. Yeah. She needs to lose weight as quickly as possible. She needs to lose 500 pounds overall. That's what the sister asked, how much weight does she need to lose? But he says for now, she needs to lose 50 pounds over the next 2 months, just to show that she's serious.
Your thoughts so far, did you think that she was serious about losing this weight based on her conversation with Dr. Now?
I felt that she was serious, but I didn't know if she was mature.
What do you mean? She's 26.
Yeah. To me, 26 is still like a young adult, even though she's 26, like encroaching on 30, but for her to have dropped out of college, to be living at home, to me, I feel like she maybe hasn't had a whole lot of life experience when it comes to facing her problems head on and overcoming them. So I just didn't know that if she had enough experience under her belt to see this issue and to really overcome it. So that was my only concern.
Yeah,
what about you?
I didn't believe her.
Okay.
All her answers felt rehearsed. You don't go on the road trip to Texas, have basically a pit stop to eat anything and everything, and basically say, this is my last hurrah. The change gotta start kind of before you meet Dr. Now. I'm not saying the weight loss have to start, because you don't know how much you weigh. But I'm saying the mindset have to start. Dr. Now even gives some type of estimate of how much calories you have to eat to maintain, not to gain.
To maintain her current weight.
To maintain her current weight, she has to eat 6,000 calories
a day. Yeah.
So this is not just something. So to eat 6,000 calories a day, that is to maintain. That's just if I just come and I just show up and boom, 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 boom. That means she's eating more than 6,000 calories a day. At some point, the change had to happen, and I didn't see the change, especially when she kept saying, "This is my last day to do whatever I want." And I'm like, a switch just don't happen like that.
Yeah.
You just don't go. Okay, today I'm healthy. Today I have good eating habits, because if you haven't practiced it, it just doesn't come. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't really believing her, and it seemed like Dr. Now wasn't believing her either.
Yeah, while he was, because he'd be in the hallway talking to us, telling us how he really feels.
Yeah.
And he told us that he's not convinced that she's ready to change. He feels that she uses her trauma and emotions to justify her eating.
Facts.
If she doesn't get past that justification, then not much is going to change for her.
That's true.
Dr. Now goes over the diet and exercise plan for her. If she loses the 50 pounds, then she'll need to move to Houston, and then we can discuss getting ready for surgery.
Facts.
They get back in the car, head back to North Carolina. We are at month 2 now. Shakyia is up. She goes out for a walk. She recruits her nephew, and she only makes it to the car. Nephew tells her, just walk to the front of your car and walk back up and try to do that. So we got nephew coaching over here a little bit. She says that the exercise is beginning easier, and that's the first time I noticed her words aren't really necessarily matching her actions.
It didn't look easy to me.
Because I'm thinking, if we saw Dr. Now month 1, we're in month 2. I'm thinking 2 to 3 weeks or so have passed by. Not saying that she should be walking 3 miles, but I would think that she'd be able to get down to the mailbox. So I wasn't fully convinced at that point. She got busy, missed all of the therapy appointments. She says she plans to call to reschedule the visits.
Okay.
She made herself a grilled chicken salad for dinner, and her sister comes over. She says that she's been sticking to her diet.
Okay. Now that's a good point, because apparently we got a little glimpse into the plan. You're supposed to walk 2 hours a day.
Exercise.
Exercise 2 hours a day. I'm guessing. I just say just walk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just walk. Just move. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours, not at one time. Because you probably can't take it all at one time.
He said once in the morning,
once in the morning, once in the evening, basically. Just get 2 hours in. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she just made it from the front door to the back of the car, I was like, ugh, that don't look like you walk.
Or you doing much of anything.
You get what I'm saying? So I was like, but I was completely off of her when she missed all the therapy appointments. That's when I was like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna make it. We still had an hour left of the episode. I was like, she ain't gonna make it, because you're not even trying to reverse engineer your life to fix the trauma. You get what I'm saying? That potentially caused this. Right now, you want to keep food as the top priority. Yes, you think if I just do a little bit, that's more than what I've been doing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, remember, 6,000 calories to maintain. So I'm like, so she's thinking, if I just eat 5,000 calories, that's less.
That's better.
That's better. 4,000, mind you, the diet is 1,200.
Right. And the thing is, and maybe she's thinking, if I just walk to the car and walk back, that'd be great. That's not the 2 hours he asked for.
So she's trying to get by. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she's even looking at things like, well, this have a 0 calorie. This is fat free and things like that. But based on the diet, it's not only about 1,200 calories. You can have 1,200 calories of bad food. Mm. You get what I'm saying? It's a high protein, low carb diet. So right then and there, when she said she missed all the therapy appointments because she got busy, I'm like, oh, your busyness is your top priority, not your health. Right. And that's when I was like, I don't believe nothing she's going to say from this point on.
Okay. We are at month 6.
We did a lot of jumping.
Dr. Now calls Shakyia. Mm-hmm. He gets her voicemail, and he leaves her a message asking her to call him back.
Yeah.
So she never showed up to the follow-up visit, which was 3 months ago, for her to go to her local clinic to check her weight. Mm-hmm. Dr. Now says it's not uncommon for the body to give out of patients that he sees at this size. Mm-hmm. He's hoping that her body didn't give out on her.
Your thoughts?
I was 50-50. I was like, I hope her body didn't give out on her, but by the fact that she just missed all her therapy appointments, it also sounds like to me that she could have just skipped the appointment and is no longer interested in the journey.
I was 100% on she skipped out. Because I saw her alive walking around the car saying she missed out on the therapy sessions. So I was like, she didn't die. There's no way she didn't die because I ain't see that black screen with the white words on it.
Well, as soon as he said that, all the scenes afterward, I was a little nervous in my chest. Like, is she still with us? I wasn't nervous at
all. In my head, I was like, nah, she's busy.
Okay.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Month 7. Dr. Now is actually able to have a telemedicine appointment with her. Mm-hmm. Shakyia says that she's doing okay. She was going to see him, but she got sick. She had respiratory failure, and she woke up just coming off of the ventilator. She lost her ability to walk. Her mom sent her to hospice. Mm-hmm. She was sick for a couple of months. Mm-hmm. She says she tried to reach out to somebody at Dr. Now's office or the hospital, but she's like, they must have not done their job pretty much. She's still in hospice care. She was supposed to get an apartment with her friend, then move to Houston to get to the program. Okay. She doesn't know her current weight, but she says she's been sticking to the diet, and she knows she lost a lot of weight. And she says that hospice usually gives her meals. She does the exercises with the walker. Mm-hmm.
Now, in this moment, I'm looking at her. Her hair is not done. You get what I'm saying? She just looks abandoned. That's the word I'm gonna go with. Yeah. And it made me go back to when her mother said, "We are here to support you." You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, where's the mother? I know in a couple of scenes we go get some little more details about the mom, but she really looks alone. Many times than not, even though it's about someone's journey, it's not about them only. It's about the enablers, about the support system, about people that can get you to Houston. It's about the people that can help you through your diet, people who cook for you. It's really much about the family.
And the people who help you move to Houston and everything.
It's never about the person's name on the journey.
Only.
Mm-hmm. Only. But this is the one only time that I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, this is about her. And she looks abandoned. She looks alone. You get what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Well, Dr. Now says that he's going to arrange for her to go to a local clinic to get weighed. If she lost the weight, he can move forward with scheduling or talking about scheduling her surgery if she does end up moving to Houston. Okay. Now, Dr. Now telling us how he really feel. He thinks that she was trying to avoid him, and usually that's because there hasn't been much progress. He doesn't know if she's being truthful about being in the hospital for the amount of time that she said she has been. So he's just interested to see what the progress shows.
Now, here's the thing. She said she was in hospice. I thought hospice was for people who is about to transition. That background looked the same.
Yeah, from when she had the visit later. When she had the visit later on to saying that she was an extended stay. I'm like, it looks like you've been in this extended day since the first televisit you had with Dr. Now. So
it's the same lamp.
So I was confused. Like, is it like hospice coming to the extended stay? Why is she in hospice? Did they think she wasn't going to last? Or is she just getting home health services and she doesn't know the difference between the names? I was very confused.
I don't know what's going on, but who knows?
Yeah, I was very confused. Well, it's month 9.
Okay.
She is upset that her mom wouldn't let her live with her anymore.
Wow.
She's not sure how she'll cover the portion of the rent because she plans on moving in with her friend. But she does want to get a job at a call center.
Now, here's the thing that is, matter of fact, go ahead and finish this last part.
It's also been hard for her to eat right and to continue with the exercises.
The thing that is so interesting about this part, if you think about it and if you paid attention, is that she's reliving her past in the present. When she was sick, walking to the not sick, when she was younger, walking back and forth to the vending machine and things of that nature, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What job did she have then? Call center. Right? During this time when her mother said, I don't want you living here anymore. We don't know the reasons why, so there's no need to speculate. But at first, it goes against what the mother said, though. So I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to use your words against you. You get what I'm saying? You said that we're here to support. So I don't know what happened then and now to the point where she has no support.
Yeah.
Right? She don't have nobody to do her hair. Her sister's not there.
Her friend's not there.
Her friend's not there. Her nephew's not there. She's by herself in a hotel that we have no idea where she is, how far she is from anybody.
Yeah.
Right? So as far as I know, maybe somebody's bringing her food. I know she's not going out to the store to get her own food. So she is abandoned. How is that correlates to her past? It was a time where she was taken into foster care. So she never, at points of her life when it came to in her 11 years old to teenage to adult years, now to the age to where she is now, she keep reliving the same trauma.
Yeah.
Same job with no progression. Same family fallout with no progression. You get what I'm saying? Which leads her to what? More food.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Food don't hit back. It doesn't leave you. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. And I also kind of want to speak to what I was wrote down about the illusion of time is that with her being 26, you can think that I'm young and I still have so much time to get my health together, get my life together. And before she knew it, she was on a ventilator. She had a whole respiratory failure.
Didn't even walk.
And she couldn't even walk. And Dr. Now was telling her in the office, your body, you're playing with time. At 700 pounds, you won't be able to walk. And just trying to drill into her the dire situation that she's currently in. And I don't know if that sunk in. And I'm just using the example of her walking to the car and having a hard time. I'm like, did that really hit you, what he said? Because it didn't seem like much change had happened. Now, I'll say this, when you get to that point of your body being that way, you can make a change and still it can be too late. But I couldn't tell whether or not she made that change based off of the words that Dr. Now had said.
Words can't do it.
Yeah.
When you're in that position, y'all understand, she got asthma. She always couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
So it's hard for her to correlate, if I lose weight, I can breathe, like, period. So she always had asthma. She always couldn't breathe. So she can't even see that, my weight is contributing to my asthma being worse. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just, you forget illusion of time. She's in an illusion of the life. World. You get what I'm saying? Like so, but it's not her fault only because something is happening. I really wish they dive more into the relationship between, or she explained more with the relationship with her mother and herself. But she said those lines of, my mother don't want me living there anymore. That struck a chord. Because that gives it more of a choice. At first, I thought it was more, I can't live with my mom because no one's there to take care of me. Right. But now she said it in this scene, my mother doesn't want me living there anymore. Right. That's something that is choice. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it is month 10 now.
Yeah.
Shakyia says that she found a place to live. She is currently staying in an extended stay, which it seemed like she's been in this whole time, but she's trying to get to Houston. She says she's trying to get back on track and she's ready to follow up with Dr. Now. She's also been doing the exercises.
You gotta understand something. Houston is not the land of Canaan for these people, but she's treating it as such. It's the promised land for her. But she haven't kept her promise. But she's trying to get to this promised land. Let's keep going.
Month 11. She called Dr. Now to set up an appointment. And she is going to meet with him for a televisit. Okay. She says that she's out of hospice and is saving money to move out of Houston. Dr. Now says moving out here is premature.
Yes.
We need to check your weight at the local clinic to see how your progression has been. Dr. Now says that if you've done the diet, you should have lost 300 to 400 pounds by now. Until you lose a decent amount of weight, we're not going to move forward with the weight loss surgery.
No, that's Dr. Now being Dr. Now. She's talking about what she's going to do, and that she's coming to Houston. He's like, listen here, hospice or no hospice, wherever you at, I haven't seen you in over 7 months. Yeah. But if you was to continue to keep doing what I sent you, you would have been 300 pounds lighter. Yeah. And guess what? We wouldn't even be talking about surgery. That's the illusion of time Blair's talking about. You're talking about, quote unquote, once I get here, then I get here, then I get here. If you would have did what you were supposed to do, and let's say, God forbid, that you did come across a health crisis, but you continue to do what you was doing. Remember, he told them at the first visit that she need to lose about 500 pounds to be at her normal weight. If she would have did what she was supposed to do, she would have been way over 50, 70, 80% there.
Yeah.
She would have been 400 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't be talking about weight loss surgery. We probably be talking about, we get that thing off your leg. You get what I'm saying? So it just shows that everybody waits for the perfect situation to do the right thing. It's like,
as time continues to move, exactly. and as we find that we waste it, and it's not just a testament to her. I mean, it's a testament to everybody. Myself, I mean, we always want to wait for the opportune time when it's been 2 weeks, and what's happening with the shed you trying to get clean, you know.
We don't own the shed, by the way. It's not us.
It's an example. Or this fence you're trying to build, or whatever the case may be, and it's just like you look up one day and, Lord willing, you still have the physical capabilities to do what you say you've been wanting to do. And I think this is why the show is also inspirational to me, because I'm just like, it helps put things into perspective that you can't take things for granted. I was watching her walk. I walked 3 miles this morning. I was watching her walk and I was just like, geez, it looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it's not inspirational to me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just saying that time is constantly moving.
Yeah.
And she's treating Houston as a get, what am I trying to say? A get right, a quick fix. What do people call that?
They call it like a get rich quick scheme or whatever.
Or like a pill. I'm trying to think of like the medicine, like basically like a get
like a magic pill.
A magic pill or something like that. She's treating Houston as if that's going to be like, that's going to get me right. I move to Houston, then boom. Yeah. Everything's going to happen, but it doesn't work that way. Let's keep going.
Yes. Well, Shakyia says that she's going to move to Houston. Okay. She knows that that's where she's supposed to be, and she knows that she has lost the weight. Okay. But she says that she will go to the weigh-in clinic. Okay. Shakyia is heading to the clinic. She's hoping that she lost some weight. It's been a week since her visit with Dr. Now. She lost 12 pounds. She's down to 643. So she has the phone call with Dr. Now. He says, you lost 12 pounds in a year. You should have been losing a pound a day instead of a pound a month. Dr. Now says it's been a year and you've wasted a lot of time. She says she's going to do it now. She asked for him to believe in her, to keep her in the program. Dr. Now says, well, you never even followed up with therapy. And he tells her that she has a lot of excuses. Yeah. Dr. Now will have her go back to the clinic in 2 months. This is her last chance. She says that she's going to do what she needs to do to lose the weight. Dr. Now, talking to us, thinks that she's looking for a quick fix with the surgery.
Quick fix.
If she doesn't take things seriously the next time, she's not going to be in the program. Month 12. Shakyia has been working hard to improve her eating habits, is what she tells us. She says she's been focused and doing the exercises. She's been also walking the halls of the extended stay. We see her walking down, touching the fire extinguisher, and coming back. Yeah. It's 1 year and 1 month. Okay. Shakyia goes to the clinic for another weigh-in. She weighs in at 635.1.
Just 8 pounds.
So she only lost 8 pounds, 21 pounds in total since the year and a month before. As she's walking into the office, she's saying, it's progress. I lost some weight. Hopefully Dr. Now sees that I'm moving in the right direction. She gets on the televisit and she tries to tell him that it's an improvement. Dr. Now says she hasn't changed her diet. She asked for another chance. Dr. Now tells her they won't do any other follow-up appointments. He's not going to... she's telling him not to give up on her, and he says, I don't give up on people. People give up on themselves. She says she's not giving up on herself. He offers her therapy, and after she's worked with therapy and she's lost some weight, give us a call. She asks if she goes to therapy, can she do the surgery? And he says lose the weight, 50 pounds, and then give us a call. She says she can do the therapy in Houston because she plans on moving down there. Dr. Now says don't move here thinking it's going to make a difference with you getting into the program.
He said you can do what you want. There's something interesting in this right here. He said, I don't give up on people. People give up on themselves. He said, don't give up on me. It reminds me of a Will Smith quote. I'm a paraphrase. he said something across the lines of, whatever happens to you, it may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. A lot of things happened to this woman. She was abandoned in foster care, abused and things of that nature, and by her parents. Not abused by her parents, but she was abandoned by her parents, abused by strangers and things of that nature, crimes done against her and things like that. And none of it was her fault.
No.
Not one thing was her fault. Not a single thing. But it's her responsibility, right?
To make sure that she's happy and healthy and whole.
It's her responsibility to not give up on herself.
Yeah.
And that's what Dr. Now means. He means like, look, I understand more than anybody. I'm a doctor that specializes in this field. I know what food addiction is. But it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to fix it. Yes, I understand the trauma. That's why we got therapy. But you gave up on you when you didn't go to therapy. You gave up on you when you didn't call me. You didn't let me know where you was. I probably could have drove out there. We seen Dr. Now get in the car before, right? Now, granted, I think he drove in other parts of Texas, but that's not the point, right? But the point is that whatever you go through in life is not your fault, but it's your responsibility, because at the end of the day, it's your life. And she needs to view it as, oh, I gave up on me. Not Dr. Now, don't give up on me, because no one's gonna save you.
Right.
And she thinking Houston can save her. She thinking this program can save her. But she needs to look at herself and understand that she is her own superhero and she needs to save herself.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Dr. Now says that if she doesn't put action to losing weight, they can't keep going through the same motions with her. There's nothing more they can do for her other than offer her therapy. He's skeptical on whether she'll do the therapy, but he does wish her the best.
Yeah.
We are a year and 4 months out. She's still at the extended stay. She says she's been working hard and she's hopeful for the future. She says she's been losing the weight and she plans to move to Houston soon. She hasn't wanted to do therapy remotely, so she plans to do it in person when she gets to Houston. She tells us she's not going to give up, and that's where we end.
I hope you're not giving up. I hope somewhere down the line her family reconnect with her, because you can't do it alone. Also, we are one episode behind, but that episode will be out in the next couple days. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Any thoughts on this episode, Blair, that you have? Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I just have one last thought about her choice to not want to do the therapy remotely and wait until she gets to Houston to do it in person. There are therapists all over this country. If you don't want to do it in person, you can find a therapist in your county, in your state, wherever you are, in your city.
No, Houston's the spot for her.
So to me, it just sounds like she's creating another barrier for herself when an option is available. So I just hope that she at some point can see the dire situation she's in and the opportunities that she has to speak to somebody to get in a better headspace, because that's where she has to start. She's got to get her head in the game. So
hey, all best wishes to you. Anything else?
That's it,
man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment. We will be back in the next couple of days with the most recent episode of My 600 Pound Life. Y'all be good.
Bye.